when he calls. While my father worked night shifts graying and groaning on his forklift, and mommy laughed with the proud boys in a pub just north of nowhere, my grandfather spent his retirement shoving gauze into my festering wound of a childhood. I'd play my favorite Madonna CD and sing and dance for a crowd of one, my babysitter, my grandfather, grinning in a rocking chair sullied with the carvings of a child's fingernail. I basked in it, his love, the evenings we spent laughing and playing, the earthy smell of him I'd catch when he leaned in close to say goodnight. He interrupted one such performance suddenly, said he'd forgotten to take out the trash, that he'd be right back and to stay inside. I often wonder if he knew, and ached to recount his tone, to recall whether he told me sternly, in a panic, or perhaps sweetly as a secret goodbye, a final good night. It was so long ago, I hardly remember the waiting. To a child just learning how to tell time, it was as if it stopped altogether, or stretched. Hours could have passed, or 15 minutes. It had been long enough to feel unnerved. And far too long spent alone in the dark. I called for him from the front porch, begged into a starless pit of night, where I could not decipher the scene between heaven and earth. The street lights flickered with blessed futility, concealing the scene from all but a concerned neighbor coming to check on a screaming child. That wasn't the first time I'd seen my father cry, but it was the worst. I watched him from the couch, hunched over the kitchen table and blubbering into the phone. My hulking brute of a father, seeming so small. We kept the rocking chair, it was all that was left of the man we both loved most in this world. Strangers would always tell me it was okay to cry, as if I didn't understand, but I knew he was gone. I never cried, but I knew he was gone. So it is shocking to me now, barely a year older, with my fingers plunged deep into a deposit of clay on the side of a private mountain road, that I hear my grandfather's voice. It is calling my name, and it's coming from the woods. It funnels up and out into the sky, riding the grey autumn clouds that pass overhead, and echoes through the twisted trunks and shabby neighborhood homes, and it sounds desperate, like it's been searching for me, as if I were the one who left him. I pry a chunk of clay from the ground and stare, my prize slowly melting into grey muck. I strain, I listen, because I don't know what else to do, and I massage the earthy dough. It smells like him. I know he's gone. But now the clay has oozed to the ground, and my feet cut a straight line through the winding gravel road, up the misty hill and towards his beck and call. The wind grows stronger and colder, it pummels into my chest and face and it feels like a warning. For a moment I think I should turn back, I should get my coat and tell my mother before wandering into this dense, damp undergrowth, but the resonance of my name sounds like a prayer and it pulls the line between us taut, and now I am across the threshold. The trees shudder and pelt me with a layer of stale autumn rain. He is on the edge of my vision, a faceless voice, a beacon in the depth of the thicket. I catch glimpses through spindly branches, browning and balding and shooing me away, but I go. I walk deeper. In just 1 year, I've started to forget his face, and now I have this chance. I traverse the sludge of woodland mire, rotting leaves stick to my legs and I plead with him, but he gives me nothing. Time stretches. It's getting dark. My breath forms little clouds, fleeting moments of warmth against my face. I pause. Stillness. And quiet. Then I see him, just ahead, hazy, an overexposed photograph, lost information, a failing memory. The only certainty I have is that we are watching each other through crisp, vast silence. Then, a deer. She steps between us, studies him, and turns as her fawn skips from its hiding spot, trampling the twigs and bugs and making its way toward me, playing a game with itself. It approaches, then flicks its tail and bounds away excitedly, over and over. I get low and hold out my hand, caked in a glove of matte gray, and it regards this carefully, and for a moment I look up and see his eyes so very clear now, so eager when a loud crack pierces the air. I think a tree has fallen somewhere nearby, but the mother's left eye erupts from her skull, and she jumps and bucks and wags her muzzle wildly, bellows in a deep fear, a primal panic, dashing this way that in a half-blind stupor before a merciful second crack drops her into a spastic, gory heap. The fawn stays, but I run. He calls for me, but I run. The breeze is at my back, and the red oaks shift their roots to clear my path, but the voice is at my heels, and my lungs are pumping frigid air down my throat. It stings, and my feet ache, and the hardened clay cracks and pinches, and the triumphant hunters yip and holler, and my vision blurs, and I burst from the tree line and collapse, sniveling, wet and filthy and tumbling down the muck of the hill. And I cry.